Boy, nice to be in Wilmington today.
Hey, you got our town right.
My PT Cruiser hasn't been this far up in New York State, but delighted to be here. And Whiteface, we're going to see Whiteface Mountain in a minute.
Right there.
And, well, I understand that you're a Republican.
I am.
Not that it's essential to be a Republican to vote for me, because I believe I need to get votes from other
Well, we're independent thinkers here in upstate New York.
Well, that's the point.
real upstate New York.
That's the point. That's why I'm looking for people who are independent and also registered as the Independence Party and the Conservative Party and the Republican. That's how I won back in 1984 in a very tough district for a Republican. It was over a 4-to-1 advantage for the Democrats versus Republicans, but I won on the conservative line. But thanks to my friend Jim Kelly, who lives in Lake Placid.
No, Wilmington. I'm here too.
He lives here in Wilmington.
Wilmington too?
Yes,
all right.
He's my neighbor.
I see. So it's Lake Placid. We're going to have the meeting later. That's
right.
Okay.
That's right.
But it's close by.
It's close to 10 miles away.
Yeah. And I feel really happy and honored that I'm up here to meet people of this great state and see the beauty of this state in the north. When you come from the Bronx and then Westchester County, you fail to realize on a day-to-day basis, at least, how big this state is and how beautiful. And you're now a small businessman, so to speak. My old man had a food market in the Bronx. I see you got a food market over here.
We do.
And you have, this is like a nursery here, or?
It's a hardware garden center. In fact, that's what we're getting ready for right now.
Welcome over to it.
Great.
To show it.
This is good.
Getting all our soils out.
And mulch, and probably has some fertilizer in it.
We have some Miracle Grow soil in the front here. We'll walk in the front.
And before we go, I'm going to say that I gave Roy the book because I wanted him to see my voting card here in the back that I put on the front. Credit line unlimited, expiration date never, built to future generations. 17 years ago, and then I updated it. Isn't that the message for today when you think about it?
Sure is.
Spending money we don't have, borrowing from
mentality.
countries that we don't trust, and yet we're passing it on.
That's right.
It's not right. Okay, I want to see...
Roy, what's the name of your store here in Wilmington?
We're entering the Village Hardware, and the grocery store is a little supermarket.
All right, Wilmington.
And there is Whiteface Mountain, that great big mountain that I keep hearing. Well, this is where you had the Olympics, did you?
It is.
Right.
It is.
The Winter Olympics was what, in the 70s?
1980.
1980.
1980.
It was exactly 1980.
That's right.
And I don't see much snow up there now.
Well,
So
the
you've had a
Whiteface,
mild-
the ski center is still open.
Ah.
The ski center is still open. It's open till Sunday.
Now, that is the largest ski slope from
In
New
the
York
east.
State.
In the east.
In the east?
Yeah.
Wow.
In the east.
Wow.
Greatest vertical drop in the east.
So, this is part of the Adirondacks Mountains.
You're right in the heart of the Adirondacks.
And I understand that we saw the Green Mountains on the other side of
That's Vermont.
Vermont. And that's where the Green Mountain Boys. And I'm thinking about my history. Ethan Allen, is that right?
That's right. That's correct.
Oh, terrific.
That's correct.
Beautiful.
So, let me just show you inside real quick, and then I'll take you over to the grocery store.
Look at the beauty of this, huh?
This is just awesome.
I think Roy's supermarket's going to get like 3 million hits.
That's right.
Where is this?
Come up. I'll pay you another little supermarket. After you, sir.
Well,
So, this is a hardware, small town hardware store.
Right.
Just like Mayberry here in Wilmington. What we don't know, we just make up. Here at the hardware store, we can cut keys, mix paint.
Wow.
We take care of everyone. We got plumbing, electrical, we keep 2 people employed over here. Pretty much year round, but the economy has hit us.
Plumbing joints here.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Nuts and
Very
bolts. And, our little plaza here has everything from soup to nuts.
Well, listen, I'm looking at this cash register and I'm thinking about my first training from my mom and dad in our supermarket. I was probably 11, 12 years old. Certainly I did some things when I was younger, like deliver orders, but I remember I had to stay behind the cash register and I learned how to make change.
That's important.
And things like that.
That's important.
Well, it was a good experience for me to have, to go to Washington and kind of think about, how small businesses operate, how they balance their books, and then to see books that were in shambles.
That's right.
I mean, I come out of Arthur Anderson 22 years, I go down there with this experience, and I couldn't believe the manipulations. And I said, how could government get away with this? And then after 4 years, I write this book, Unaccountable Congress, telling the people what I witnessed, not as a congressman so much, but as a professional certified public accountant. And that's one of the reasons I want to go back, because the books are in worse shape now in Albany and in Washington.
Absolutely. Let me have you meet our hardware clerk. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Come on over here for a second. meet Joe.
Another potential vote. I'm Joe DioGuardi, former congressman, and then running for the U.S. Senate. And I won't put you on the spot and say you have to vote for me, but we're just kind of looking at this part of the state, and I wanted people on my Facebook to know that I've been going around and just meeting people. And
Well, according to Albany, we don't exist.
well, if Albany doesn't think you exist, imagine where I come from in Westchester County. It's way down. So it's good that I'm up here to see it. Why doesn't Albany think you don't think you exist? Money? Did I give you anything?
It's more than that. It's, well, Roy knows how I feel about a lot of stuff, and I really shouldn't get into it,
We have a political free zone here at the hardware store, especially local politics. But you can go ahead and talk about the next. He's actually running for Gillibrand seat.
Gillibrand, that
Gillibrand, sorry.
Senate seat. It's going to really be a special election. It's on the same day as Schumer, which is unusual to have two senators running at the same time in a state. But it is a special election, and it's only for 2 years. Then I have to run again for a 6-year term. And why I'm happy to say that is I'm happy, since I'm for term limits, I'm happy to tell you that I will serve a 2-year term and a 6. As far as I'm concerned, that's enough. If I can't do it in 8 years, then that's it. Let someone else try to do it.
There should be term limits.
There should be, and we should have a balanced budget amendment. Our founding fathers missed both of those things. They could not have foreseen what's going on.
My biggest problem with our federal and state government is that there's no honesty left in the politicians. They vast majority of them seem to be self-serving.
Absolutely. Wanting to get reelected more than fixing up what these states need, whether it's infrastructure or anything else.
It's both our federal and state government. The politicians no longer care about the people. They care about their own self-interest.
Yes.
And
I'm hearing this all over. And that's why this Tea Party movement started.
And
people are fed up.
as far
They
as
want to see change.
if there's a politician that has the word incumbent next to the name, I am not voting for him.
Wow.
Plain period, whether whether they've been really trying or not. Because if they've been in all this time, they're part of the problem.
Right. Well, I got a good chance to get your vote then.
Yes, you do.
Because I'm not an incumbent.
Exactly.
And hopefully I'll have the Republican, Independents, and Conservative lines going into this election. And I think I have a good shot then to bring one of these Senate seats back to the Republican side. And I think we need to have that balance. I'd like to get both, but I don't think we can be that optimistic in this time with Schumer having $20 million in the bank that we can take both. I hope we do, and I hope we find a good candidate. But my target is Kirsten Gillibrand, and I believe I can take at least one of those seats back to the Republican line. Hey, good to see you.
Well, nice meeting you. Good
Thank
luck.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
One of my tenants here. She does an awesome business. She's
Selling?
no, she's
Oh, here.
she deals with a lot of people.
Also manicures, things like that?
Yep, haircuts, and although she wouldn't give me a haircut today, but Sherry,
How you doing?
we just had to stop in real quick. This is Joey's running for U.S. Senate.
Don't let me
Oh,
into...
Joe, gosh.
Right. Former, hello everybody.
I know.
Former
I'm
member of
Sherry.
Congress from way down in Westchester County. And my real claim to fame is that I'm a practicing CPA, the only one ever elected to Congress 25 years ago.
And you're not an attorney, right?
No.
Okay.
And believe it, you got plenty of those. You don't need any more of those. You need someone with my background, 22 years in the world's largest accounting firm, 4 years in Congress, and now I've decided to throw my hat in the ring on this Kirsten Gillibrand seat because it's all coming down to accounting and fiscal responsibility again. We're spending money we don't have, and we're
What district are you running
borrowing from countries we don't trust. Just passing it on. I was in Westchester County, the lower part, just above the Bronx.
in? Okay.
Where
I
I
lived
was-
in Peekskill for a while.
It's just above my old district.
Yep.
My old district stopped at Ossining,
Okay.
where I live today.
Right.
I live in Ossining.
Good deal.
The other thing you probably...
So you're running for a Kirsten seat?
Well, I'm running that right now to get the endorsements or the nominations of the Republicans, Conservatives, and Independents Party. And that's this first phase. And then after that, I'll be running against her. So that's why I'm going around the state. In fact, 4 days, my friend Jim Kelly, who lives here in Wilmington,
Yes.
has volunteered to take me around to meet Republican leaders. And that's what I'm doing.
It's nice to meet
You
you.
have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for meeting you.
Thank you.
Hope I didn't-
No, not at all.
She's
What's some of the problems you got there, Roy, with the running a business? I know you're working
In
20
New
hours a
York,
day.
In New York, it's
Yeah,
absolutely
you're probably the most
horrible.
successful man in Wilmington.
Yeah.
We are. I
Well,
mean,
we
you-
keep a
you-
lot of people working here. We have like 11 people on our staff that work with us. My wife and I. As far as New York, they just have no idea how it is to run a small business. Our light bill is anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month. They have a gross receipts tax on top of that. To sell cigarettes here in our store, we went from $100 a year this past year to $2,500 in 1 year just to sell cigarettes. Just to sell cigarettes. To be a corporation in New York, we went from $75 a year to $1,000 just to be in business.
So they're collecting taxes by all these other things, fees.
And mom and pops have no choice but to pay.
Let me ask you, because it keeps coming up. How about real estate taxes? Have they gone up in this area?
Well, they have, but a lot of it's because of the unfunded mandates that Washington and Albany put on us up here in the North Country.
Oh wow, this is good.
So, ladies, this is Joe. He's running for U.S.
Can I
Senate.
say hello?
Hi, Joe.
I'm a former U.S. Congressman from Westchester County, the low part of it. You know, Yonkers is the fourth largest city in the state. That was in my district. And I got elected in a district that was very tough. 4 times as many Democrats as Republicans, but they all voted for me. And now I've decided to throw my hat in to the Senate seat against Kirsten Gillibrand. Now, why would you want to vote for me? I'm the only practicing certified public accountant ever elected to the U.S. Congress. I wrote a book, I gave it to your boss here, Unaccountable Congress, it doesn't add up, showing that we got a credit card mentality, and I took my voting card, and I said, this is the most expensive credit card in the world, because what are we doing? Credit line unlimited, expiration date
Here, we got this.
built to a future generation. That is passing it all on to the future, which is wrong.
That's not why you're going to vote for him, though. His daughter's on TV every week on American Idol. She's one of the judges.
DioGuardi is my daughter. If you ever watch, yeah. If you watch American Idol, that was a little girl singing in all my campaigns. I thought she'd be a great singer. Turns out to be a great songwriter, but she works very hard for what she's doing. So when you see her, that is my daughter. All right?
Joe?
And she said on Fox News that she loves me. She said, well, my dad works, he's like Superman, and I'm going to come in and help him win.
What time you got?
And accomplish his dreams in the Senate.
25 after, or 25 to 1.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Shake hands, goodbye.
Okay.
I want you to meet my wife.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, let's get her on.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
she's
Where's she?
upstairs.
Is she keeping the books?
She's our accountant. Yes.
All right.
We have a
figured-
CPA too. You got it? Okay. Up here.
Okay.
We have a flavor for the community. Wilmington's home, Sam's Workshop.
Wait, let me get.
Oldest
Explain-
theme park in the United States.
Yeah, where is
Okay.
that?
It's right up the road from you.
Right up the road.
In fact, Disney went to visit that when he was building Disney World to
That's
get a flavor for it.
Wow.
It's a little toddler's place.
North Pole, Santa's Workshop.
The oldest amusement park in
Whiteface Mountain Ski Center.
Okay.
Our grocery store way back when it was built in the 50s and now.
wait, let me get a picture of this.
That's beautiful.
And then our local industry, which is Hazelton Lumber. Right down here.
Beautiful.
They employ, how many people does Hazelton Lumber employ, Debbie?
15, 20.
15, 20 people? Yeah.
So the license to sell cigarettes has gone up to $2,500?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and they're talking about another tax increase and all. And what's happening is people aren't, as much as the people think that they're stopping smoking, they're not. What's happening is they're going to the reservations and living their cigarettes, and they're not paying tax.
And they're hurting people like Roy.
That's right.
They won't come in here and. That's big in the Syracuse area too.
Steak and seafood restaurant.
Joe, you got a lot of good tape here.
Let me just grab my wife.
Yeah. It's good.
This is my local supermarket.
This is. So you actually shop here.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Well, you know, for the milk and stuff, the big shop is done in Placid, you know, when you're getting the meat and stuff. It's like my little deli. And he's big with the Republican Party. He knows all the,
I see they even rent DVDs here.
yeah.
It's good. Very nice. Very nice. reminds me of my father's store because it was about a little bigger than this in the Bronx, but it had these kinds of gondolas where you would have the food. Amazing. Brings back memories. But this is what made the state. Hello,
Backbone of the
I'm
operation.
Joe DioGuardi. Your first name is? Becky. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Well,
meet you.
we took a tour with Roy, and we have it on my little camcorder because we're going to pick little pieces out and put it on my Facebook or something to show that I'm actually going around the state meeting the real New Yorkers, the ones that are working for a living and suffering over all these taxes at the same time. I was just told that the license to sell cigarettes now is like quadruple.
It's like 900%. It went from $100 to $2,500.
And at the same time, you have the Indian reservations competing unfairly because they're not being taxed and they're selling to everybody, not just the people that live on the reservation. And that has to be a big issue.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to learn a lot more about that one. That doesn't affect us now.
Well, ironically, if the state would enforce sales tax collection on cigarettes, a lot of their financial woes wouldn't disappear, but they certainly would help go a long way.
And it would be fairer because then you wouldn't be unfairly discriminated against in terms of what you're selling.
Right.
Well, I am an accountant. I see you're keeping the books upstairs or
Right,
something.
right.
But I am an accountant, and your books are probably in a lot better shape than the federal government's books. Or New York
I
State.
would hope so.
Too much off the books there. But nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Okay.